Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Daily Wrap. Oh, for what was Monday, the 19th of December, 2022. How you doing, Phil? Here, and let's recap what we did today. First of all, on the Level 1 podcast, I was very relieved because we were done with the Street Fighter 6 beta weekend. Hallelujah. You know, it was actually quite relieving today to not be playing a competitive fighting game after basically grinding for 3 days and getting very exhausted doing so. And I was very happy that we would be doing games that were a little different today. We, recapped a lot, talked about my overall feelings about Street Fighter 6 and its beta up to this point, covering not only what I thought about the graphics and performance, but also the gameplay elements, but also the online connectivity issues with latency and the like. A lot to talk about, a lot to digest and kind of summarize. And by the way, my thoughts are actually very different at the end of the second Street Fighter 6 beta than they were at the end of the first. So we talked about all that on the podcast today. And also, we set up the poll for tomorrow's streams because the order of games that I play tomorrow on stream are determined by you, the viewers. Here's how it works. Either God of War Ragnarok or Pokemon Scarlet will be the first stream. And then whatever loses the poll that you guys are voting on will then end up being the late stream tomorrow. Okay? So I need you to vote. Right now, on the main channel page of DSPGaming, on the community tab, there's a poll. Either God of War Ragnarok or Pokemon. Please vote. Whatever's first place is the first stream. Whatever second place is the late one. All right. Right now, it's very close. I checked. It was about 5%. And that's a very small amount of votes. So overnight, this poll could go either way, depending on you guys voting. Please vote if you have not. This is a rare case. I can't tell you what order we're playing, but I can at least tell you the games we're playing tomorrow. Okay. So we set all that up on the podcast, and then we started off with High on Life, continuing on. Today was interesting because we had a lot of new abilities. We had the ability to freeze time. And as I was playing, we actually got more abilities like the jetpack and magnetic boots. So now with all these new abilities, we had a lot of puzzle solving mechanics available to us. And as I kind of traversed through the city more and backtracked a little bit in the previous stages, I found tons of hidden items and things. The thing is, the story requires you to backtrack regardless. So as you're backtracking, you then realize, oh, I can now find all this other stuff with the jetpack and the like that I couldn't access before. So, it went really well. I had fun. The plot is still good. There's still weird humor about mass murder and suicide and, really dark humor, which is kind of the humor of Rick and Morty. So I'm not shocked that this is in the game, okay? But that being said, the gunplay is still great. The overall plot is interesting. I like the game a lot. I do. It's a refreshing first-person shooter, the likes of which I haven't played in quite some time, and it was really good. Overall, attendance was all right. Wasn't amazing. Wasn't terrible. Engagement was actually pretty good. Support was just okay. It wasn't great. It wasn't absolutely terrible. At least it went all right, okay? So, overall, good stream. No complaints. All right? Tonight's late stream was Warzone 2.0. Now, here's the thing. People are really, really gunning for me to get a win. And I think what people have to realize is I'm not always going to have nights where everything goes according to plan and everything goes well. There's been nights where I've gotten third place, second place. I haven't won yet. Tonight was one of those nights. I didn't do absolutely terribly, but I just didn't do well, okay? The whole first hour was just kind of upsetting. There were multiple times when I had to drop on an enemy, open fire. Somehow the enemy is killing me first, which makes no sense. And you got to question, is it the server? Is it because certain weapons are better than others? Is the game just a piece of dog shit? It's probably a combination of all three, okay? Let's be honest. It's frustrating. And then there was one game I was doing pretty good. I was in like maybe top 30 or getting to top 30. And then someone found me and I was laying out these claymores. And I'm blowing them up and they refused to die. But then I guess I somehow walked into an explosive and it instantly killed me. It was very confusing, okay? Now the thing is, as I've been playing Warzone, one of the reasons why Warzone has gotten a lot of good support recently is because I've been placing higher and people have been doing what are called bounties. For those who don't know, whenever I play a game like a Battle Royale, usually there's some people who will step up and commit to doing some bounties. What these are is the better I do, they'll reward me with a contribution. So you get someone who say, hey, if you do so-and-so, I'll give you a super chat. If you make top 10, I'll tip you $5, right? If you win the game, I'll tip you a big amount, right? So that's nice. It's not something that's expected. It's not something that's guaranteed, but it's something nice. It gives incentive for me to continue to play these Battle Royale games and try to get better at them. We used to do this all the time with Black Ops 4 Blackout, and now some people have taken to doing it with Warzone. So right at the beginning of the night, some people were like, if you make top 10, I'll contribute this. If you make top 5, I'll do this. You know, if you actually win, we'll do this. All this stuff. One person even said, if I just get 10 kills in one game, they would contribute. And I was like, that's pretty rough. That's like me actively always engaging, which is not what you're supposed to do in Battle Royale. It kind of undermines the whole point of Battle Royale, okay? So overall, the whole first hour kind of felt like a waste, all right? When we got into the second hour, I started to do a little better, all right? But not as good. And sometimes it looked like I was going to do well, and then, you know, something bad would happen. Like, oh, shit. What can you do, right? So finally, it's the very tail end of the night, okay? Last match of the night. Finally, I hunker down. I start doing really, really well. And I actually made top 10. I'm not going to tell you exactly the placing. I was going to say I made top 10. And no one contributed. 0. So I think what happened was, sadly, people who had said, oh, you know, I'll contribute if you make top 10, they left. They saw that I was doing poorly and they left the stream, which is kind of messed up because, you know, you say one thing and then it doesn't happen. Now, listen, no one signed a contract. There's no legal binding agreement here. Okay? But I told you guys, what did I say? I said, if you want Warzone to continue, which I'm okay with learning it and toughing through it, I'll be honest, I don't love it. I think that the gunplay of Modern Warfare 2 leaves something to be desired, especially in Warzone. A lot of these times, these gunfights are a joke. They're stupid, okay? But I told you guys, I would tough through it, and I would continue to play this in my rotation, even get better at it, as long as we had an agreement that people were going to, number 1, show up and watch, number 2, engage with the content, and number 3, support the content. Okay? Tonight, with the Warzone stream, attendance was pretty good. Engagement was all right. There was some times when it was, like, hard to talk. And that's more on the game and more on me. Sadly, a lot of people were here. They want to chill. How can I chill when we're not getting to the point in the game that's like the top 30, top 20, and now the ring is closing and you're hiding and waiting for those final moments? If we don't have that downtime to talk and wait, there's not a lot of interaction. And what happened is there was 1 or 2 games where there was a lot of interaction. The rest was just like me running, looting, me running, looting, me running, looting. Oops, died. So it felt a little different than the previous Warzone streams because sadly there just wasn't as much engagement. Support, disappointing because we didn't even hit the tier 1 tip skull. And actually Warzone's been one of the streams recently that's had some of the most support. And especially today with High on Life, support wasn't amazing or anything. You know, I was hoping that it was going to be a better night streaming. What can you do? You know, I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to bitch about it. But at the same time, yeah, it is a little upsetting that I actually worked hard for that final or next. It was actually the next to last match because then I tried to squeeze in one more match and I died within like 5 minutes. So it didn't even matter. But, you know, I finally did pretty good making top 10. And by then, those people who said that they were going to contribute had already dipped. And it's like, that sucks. All right. If anything, maybe some people will watch on demand and, you know, maybe we will get that next time. I am playing it again later in the week. We'll see what happens. But admittedly, after the last 2 to 3 Warzone streams kind of getting progressively better and better and better, and it building to a point where it looked like, oh, maybe this will be the stream where Phil gets a win. And the fact that I barely made top 10, yeah, it's disheartening. It's frustrating. I'm supposed to be getting better, not worse. But again, with a game like this, it's random. You don't know where you're going to land, who everyone else is going to land, with the placement of weapons, you know, in the shootout. What's the connection going to be? And here's the other thing, too, and I did call this out tonight. I said, what you got to understand is this is a holiday week, right? We're coming up on Christmas. What's going to happen is you're going to get more and more and more people playing now. More people will be home from school and work just in general using the internet. And then on top of that, you're going to have an increase in players, a stark increase in players in any multiplayer game. So that's going to cause people who have worse connections to be playing. That's going to cause the internet to have a heavier load right now. And there's not much you can really do about that besides just say, put up with it. You know, I do feel like the last 2 sessions of Warzone had better situations, better connections, probably just better luck, a lot of factors than tonight's. And, you know, it is what it is. I still enjoyed it. But it was unfortunate that by the time that I finally did decently, everyone had dipped who said they were going to support the stream. And I was like, oh, that sucks, right? All right. So please, guys, tomorrow is my final consecutive stream of the week. So please vote. Do you want to see God of War Ragnarok or Pokemon Scarlet on the first stream? Regardless, whatever loses will be on the late stream. It will still be a chill and fun day. Way more chill than today. You know, definitely Pokemon Scarlet is ultimate chill fun. And then even God of War Ragnarok. Will there be combat? Yes. But there'll be exploration, there'll be puzzles to solve, there'll be way more opportunity for us to hang out and talk rather than be hyper-focused on, oh, I got to, you know, major online gameplay concentrating heavily and shit like that. We'll have more opportunity to just relax tomorrow, which is great for the end of the week stream. Okay, guys? All right. Thank you so very much. Great streaming day again. Have a good night. I hope to see you tomorrow for a final and great streaming day of this consecutive week. Peace out and have a good night. Happy holidays. See you later.